There we go. Alright, I have some tea this morning. Little Mermaid tea. And that it's in a Little Mermaid cup. Tastes good. And an orange. Need to eat this orange too. If I remember, I was working my way up. There we go. It's like a whole nother area I have not explored yet. What's the... There we go. Talk to dead people one. Weird. Oh yeah, I fought a boss up here. That's right. What do I have equipped? Increasing fervor, weakening attacks. Maybe I'll take that heart. What magic do I currently have?
Penitent one in sleeplessness, carrying the guilty sword, you have committed the most serious crimes against the Mother and her saints, against the miracle and its outbreaks. We have been entrusted with putting an end to your mission. I, Chrysanta in penance, excommunicate you, expel you, execrate you, with the blessing of our miracle of the greatest pain. And thus shall your name be erased under the heavens.
Don't even know what my name is. Ooh. Ow. Ooh, I can't dodge that. Can't dodge that. Ooh. Oh. I might actually beat this one. If I don't just get juggled. Okay. Okay. Oh. Ah, I was doing so well. Okay. Let's bring this one. Can I just, like, charge my bar ahead of time and then rest? Oh, it comes down automatically. I didn't know that. So I guess that means I can't drop from that height. Okay.
Penitent carrying the guilty. We have and
Oh, that was not the right way. I barely did anything. Ooh. Ow. Should block that too. Ow. 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 If I stand all the way on the side, she can't hit me with that downward slick. Oh, don't do this. There we go. Oh, no. juggling me. Increasing the speed of the attacks could be good. Huh. Let's try this out. Why not? I may need to go raise my, or clear out all that guilt or whatever on my bar, so I can use more magic in this fight. So that doesn't even give me 2 bars of this ability.
Harry, we have and
Ow. Oh yeah, she can be weakened a little bit. That's interesting. No, not this again. What? What? Come on. Oh, that can hit me if I'm not careful. No, another one? No! Requiem Aeternum.
Go on! Purge my soul bitten by the miracle!
What? I just wanted to talk to her. But she noped out. Deambulatory of His Holiness. Cleansed my guilt though, so that's cool. Wait. Does that mean the person I just fought was not... was like an optional boss, maybe? Should say for my crimes against the miracle. Which makes me think some of the more optional stuff I was doing is what caused that to happen. This should be interesting.
In my dreams, I heard your footsteps coming closer. In my dreams, I tried to talk to you and introduce myself. Guardian of the miracle and of the miracle banner, with great pain, I carry the emblem of the Father. I am the hands of bloodied skin. I am the eyes from which our mother gazes.
Okay.
Nothing I know of you, apart from your cold, nameless visage, apart from your calloused and wounded hands, apart from the mourning of your deaths. No, I know nothing of you. Only the miracle knows.
All right.
Now may your sword full of guilt with mine of gold collide. Let them hurt and march in procession. I curse you forever in
Oh, good morning, Justin.
I bless you forever in death.
Fighting what might be the final boss. Or a final boss. Yeah. Oh crap. You're very quiet. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
quiet?
You
Better.
have shattered the mirror in which you saw me asleep. Now you see me awoken as the son of the true miracle.
Time for phase 2. Oh my goodness. Come on, I'm assuming I have to hit his face while it's open. Which is unfortunate. So I did not bring a miracle that's, or a prayer rather, that's very well equipped to do that. You're still kind of quiet. That's weird. Or maybe I just have the game very loud. If I can turn you up.
My input volumes.
Might be a problem on my end. Okay, now this is exposed. So I should be able to actually get a hit in. Oh, this takes a lot to do any damage. Alright, when I die to this boss, assuming I die to this boss, I have a miracle to switch out. Or a prayer? I get my terms confused. Oh.
I'm gonna reconnect just to see if it makes my sound better.
Alright. dealt no damage to him that cycle. That sucked. Yeah, but I can crank you up. Rank it. This game has a strange bug where when it says press any key to continue, I can't press a key on my controller to get it to continue. I have to click one on the keyboard.
It's annoying.
Yeah, especially considering everything else allows me to. You know, it's completely controllable through the keyboard except for that. Alright, I think this one. Yeah, that's the one I want to be able to actually hit him. And I want to charge it. All right, attempt number 2.
In my drug, I am not no. Now may your sword full of guilt with mine of gold collide. Let them hurt and march in procession. I curse you forever in name.
I curse you forever.
Forever in death.
8. Wow, you can kill this guy really fast. He only got 1 cycle off.
You have shattered the mirror in which you saw me asleep. Now you see me awoken as the son of the true miracle.
Just before you joined, I fought somebody who tried to excommunicate me from the church for like sins I've committed against the miracle, and I don't really know what that was. Like, I don't know what sins I committed, but I'm assuming it's something I did that was like an optional side quest, because it was right before this boss, which makes me think it's like an optional boss, you know. Everybody in this place like worships the miracle, but the miracle also causes them like untold pain and suffering. But they're aware of it. Like, it's not like they're being deceived. They just think it's their place to suffer.
Right.
One, I'm not really clear on like what the place of my character is, like what I was supposed to be doing in this world, if that makes sense.
Right. I mean, his name is the Penitent One, right? But that doesn't really like explain.
Yeah, he's called the Penitent One, and you awaken in like a heap of bodies that look identical to yours. So it's like there's many Penitent Ones that have come before. Come back here, your sword. Oh man, this is great damage. If I could get like one more really good cycle in like that.
It's gonna get crazy with this boss in low health.
Yeah. That one was really hard to dodge. Ow.
You can finish off the sword when you're like near the base.
Oh no. I used up most of my cycle. I dodged into that attack. Come on, come here. Yes. Whew.
Ready for phase 3?
I mean, maybe. Oh, nope, no phase 3. Summa Blasphemia. That's a different, a different windscreen than any of the other bosses I fought. They usually say like Eternum Requiem or something like that. Can I interact with this at all? Doesn't seem like it.
You have freed His Holiness from his afflicted torment, and now he walks by the old processions on the other side of the dream.
Oh, cool.
The cradle of the grievous miracle, the final relic. The grail of blood and gold that emanated from the forehead of the Father as he silently lamented the moment of his blessed twisting. That first relic is here, at the top of the Ashen Mountain, next to the turned throne where His Holiness was kissed by a miraculous pain.
Yeah, they always refer to it as the miracle or our miraculous pain.
And now, your final communion with the miracle awaits. Only you will be able to know how much of it has seeped into your guilty heart.
Neat. There are different people that do, like in the world, different people do different things. Like, there's a town that's like permanently afflicted with, some sort of like a disease. But there are people in that town who are like tending to the wounded, and you can give them materials that help them heal people, and they'll give you like souls or whatever in response. And then there's also like a church that you can go to who, there's like a sect there whose goal is to like bury the dead properly, and so they give you like, I don't know if I'd call them quests, but basically you can find like bodies that have been desecrated in the world, and if you bring them to them, they'll give them like a proper burial. So it's like there's different like factions or whatever, but it seems like everybody kind of worships the miracle. Which I'm fighting, maybe?
The mountain of ashes that swallowed up sins and sinners alike has had no mercy on you either. At the mercy of the miracle you were, and at the mercy of the miracle you remain. You are no longer anything but one more anonymous visage, without a voice, without countenance. Your penitence is over.
Okay.
It feels like the bad ending.
It does kind of feel like the bad ending, especially because he's like, go up here to the final
Yeah, there's
thing
like
or
only
whatever.
you will know how, if it's seeped into your heart or something.
I felt like I did most of the, I accomplished most of the stuff in the game. I mean, maybe there's something I wasn't supposed to accomplish that I did accomplish.
Yeah, maybe whatever you were excommunicated for.
Right.
Like maybe you being excommunicated is like the foreshadowing of you got the bad ending.
Right. It's also interesting because, like, that guy who was there at the end, I ran into him several times throughout the game, usually in front of, like, significant areas. And he was the one telling me, like, oh, the next thing you need to accomplish is this.
Right.
Pretty fun game, though. That last boss was very cool design, but like one of the weaker bosses, actually. Or weaker, like, in quality, in my opinion.
Sometimes, like, set piece type bosses in games have that problem.
Yeah. I definitely felt that way to me. There's a boss earlier that's like three nuns who like can disappear and float, and they're all carrying different weapons. One has a spear, one has like a mace thing. I think the other one has just a sword. But you're in a room that's constantly going up, and so you have to jump from platform to platform. And they will like appear on different sides of the screen or in the middle, and you're fighting them. But they have, similar to part of that fight, they have moves that will like obliterate part of the screen, and you'll see them coming. So it's like, oh, I need to jump from here over to this platform. But like also you're still working. You're still trying to actually hit them. And I thought that was like a kind of a set piece type. Well, no, not really set piece bosses. I guess it wasn't like... Oh, that was a, like, gimmick, I guess maybe you'd say, boss, that I really enjoyed. With, like, the arena constantly moving, and then they would have... they'd have moves that throw spears at you, or they'd, like, circle around the entire screen, stuff like that. Whereas that final one, I mean, maybe it's just because I've collected so much health and magic and stuff. Like my healing items, I maxed out. And I know I actually maxed them out because I got an achievement for it. Oh, Sky, did you just turn in? Or tune in? Because I just beat it.
No, I don't see him here.
He's on the stream. I was streaming this both in Discord and on YouTube. Published by Team 17, who I know only for the Worms games and apparently this one. No.
That's quite a change.
Yeah, it is. Oh, the published by, which would mean it's developed by somebody else. Team 17. Oh, they did Overcooked. That was a fun game.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah, very much so. Blasphemous. I googled Blasphemous to see like if they were primarily developers as well, and like the first suggested thing is, what is the story of Blasphemous? The Game Kitchen were the developers. Okay, so Team 17 just published it. It apparently came from a Kickstarter campaign. There is a DLC for it. Says it's free? Does it mean I have this DLC? That was weird. Aspect unlocked, True Apostasy. Okay.
Oh, I guess you weren't penitent enough.
Apparently. Well, how do I see this option? Or does it just mean that like I could? Is it a new difficulty maybe?
How do you feel about talked about like pixel art before, but when I see a game like this, I think this looks beautiful, but it might look even more beautiful if it weren't pixel art, if it were just like painting.
With regret. Forge your punishment and nail it deep.
I like the.
Shape my guilt.
I mean, maybe some of it is nostalgia. Like when I look at this pixel art right here, it reminds me of like the cutscenes from like Doom game, or not Doom, from like DOS games I would play.
Yeah.
Which I always really appreciated. But yeah, how much of that is just nostalgia? Like, I mean, because like art in this style that wasn't pixel art would look pretty cool too.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form
Kind of forgot
blessing
what this
and
opening
grace,
was.
sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
Okay, so like the lady creates the miracle essentially, and then we live in the world of the miracle. Yeah, but there isn't much of an intro for like what this guy is, other than this. Okay, so there's not a like. I thought maybe there'd be like an extra difficulty option or something. This is just the start of the game. But yeah, this is what I was talking about when like you awaken in like a place full of bodies of you. I could also see this not art style. No, I guess art style. I could see this style working really well in a like a hand-drawn look too.
Right.
Like you know the animated style of like Don Bluth movies, like
I don't know what that is.
Disney movies of the era. Well, Don Bluth himself actually left Disney, but like Secret of Nim,
Okay.
like the Sword and the Stone style.
Right.
Yeah. Wait. Are these new? No, I don't think so. Interesting. How do I exit back? Actions, exit. So is there a new game plus? My options for my game are delete or ascend. Delete, ascend, or continue. What happens if I just hit continue?
Yeah, Ascend obviously is New Game Plus.
Okay, so continue just puts me right before the final boss. So I suppose if I wanted to try to get some sort of alternate ending, I could. I've explored 96% of the map, which makes me think. Probably
Maybe
just
like
this.
A result of a choice you already made or something.
See right here, where this red is? That's like, I thought I needed an ability to get past it. But considering I'm at like the end of the game, I'm thinking maybe there's just not an ability. I'm just missing something. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure there's a path that goes through here to connect to here. Because I can see that there's treasure here, I just can't get to it. Because there's a lock, there's like a one-way door. That is the single part of the map I have not explored. There is a bunch of areas that I never actually figured out. Like in the library, there's a room that has like 3 books, and the books have like pictures of body parts in them. Which for the longest time I thought meant that I needed to get certain collectibles, like these collectibles through the game. And I got a tibia, one of them was like a kneecap, and I think the other one was a phalanx. I got all those collectibles, and I went back there and nothing happened. Oh, and then down here is the Hall of the Dawning. Why do I go back there now? Does anything happen? There's just like a place with like statues, and it is a unique name, and only one room, and nothing seemed to happen when I went there. But maybe now I can go there.
Alright, I'm gonna look it up and then maybe try to communicate in a non-spoilery fashion.
Oh, this room?
No, the effort to get a different ending.
Ah. I appreciate that.
Because it's like, I feel like it's something best done with a middleman, you know, because if you look up
Yeah.
the wiki, it's like...
Where am I going? What's the name of this place? Ferris Tree. Oops. There's like a locked door on one side to an area that I don't know.
Can you open your items?
I can. So all these items, the rosary beads are all like equipable.
Are those the rosary beads?
Yes, that I'm looking at right now. But there are other items. Like I have prayers I can look at. I have collectibles.
Do you have a... Do you have an item called Immaculate Bead?
It might be like a quest item instead of an equipable item. So the relics
It
tweak
is equipable.
things. It is equipable? Okay. So it wouldn't be a quest item then. What I have is quest
Yes.
items.
So either...
It's not a heart. Alright,
No,
let's
it's
see
a
here.
rosary bead.
Oh. I have a bead tainted by guilt, which I'm pretty sure I caused to become tainted with guilt.
Can you still equip it?
I can. Does not interact with things though. But I betcha bead that absorbed the guilt of its bearer on several occasions. I think maybe like if this is that item, then I didn't have to. I didn't have to alter this. Like I wore it and died, and that's what caused it to become tainted by guilt.
You should get killed.
While wearing
Well, yes.
Basically, I thought that this item was like I don't lose my, I don't gain guilt anymore. Neat. And then I was like, well, I don't really have a reason to use this because I don't care about gaining guilt. Alright, where's an enemy?
Does everything stay dead in this game?
Until I touch a bonfire, everything stays dead.
Okay, Dark Souls style.
Yes. But like yeah, I feel like there are some enemies that might actually reset. Or it might be like permanents. There's like mini bosses of sorts.
Work in this game? Is it like Dark Souls where you kind of like respawn?
Yeah, like when you die. So see how I have this blue bar up here? That's my fervor, I think. And that gets used for prayers. She doesn't seem really interested in actually fighting me. Surely somebody down here is... It's all them, okay. But as I die repeatedly, the guilt will like eat up that bar, meaning I have less magic to use. So I'll come back where I was before, and then you'll see like a little bit of... Oh, you won't see it. Oh, that's right, because I'm wearing this bead. Where'd it go? Weight of the true guilt. Oh.
There we go.
Okay, I've leveled up my guilt. I forgot to set it a bonfire, so I have to like go back to the tree now. Or a shrine, technically. The souls thing is like tears, I think. Tears
Yeah,
of
that's
atonement.
like in Bloodborne. I always called them souls.
Yeah. What are they supposed to be called in Bloodborne?
Blood echoes.
I wonder if that's your first... What? That was goofy. I wonder if that's your first game, if you just refer to them as Blood Echoes for the Souls games. Blood Echoes is not a very natural sounding thing.
Yeah, I hope you would just start referring to them as souls. Okay. You can get the true ending. Do you,
Oh, it's possible for me to get the true ending? Do I have to fight that boss again?
What do you know about statues of confessors?
Statues of confessors. There's a statue that's... I don't know. So here's the problem with this game. Oh, Sky in the chat says Bloodborne was his first, and he refers to them as souls. Here's the thing with this game. There's a bunch of things that are introduced that have, like, weird phrases and words and stuff around them, and a lot of them I didn't, like, pick up on. Like, it took me a long time to be able to understand, like, which things were miracles and which things weren't. So I probably have encountered the statues you're referring to, but I don't know what they are, if that makes sense. Alright, nothing's triggered in the Hall of Dawning.
It's a statue where when you destroy it, it makes a portal to like a mini dungeon. Does that ring a bell?
It doesn't. I think that might be something I've completely missed. I'm trying to think if I ever destroyed a statue that took me to a dungeon. I don't think I've ever done that. That's kind of wild if I've never done that, because I've destroyed a lot of things. I wonder if I'm missing another.
Oh, it's the thing that like gets rid of your guilt.
Wait, those are destructible? Wait, what? Because there's a bunch of those.
Yeah, well, let's go find one.
All right, we're gonna go find one right now. I think. Okay, so I can teleport from here to here. All right, see these little gray things are the forgive your debt or forgive your guilt things. So looks like this one's probably the closest.
Good, there is fast travel in this game. I was afraid you had to walk to everything.
Yeah, it takes you a little while to unlock the fast travel. I think it did a pretty decent job. Like, you can see how this map kind of loops back around on itself.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, like,
Castlevania.
Going from here to find a new area to eventually come back. Like this over here, Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. It took me a long time before I ever got here. And then you can see that there's, like, a bunch of things here, and it connects back to the opening area of the game. Alright, let's see. I want to go to the right and then up. Oh, I need to change something here. One of these things protects me from miasma. There we go. Yeah, you pray at these guys and they rid you of guilt. Oh, they take damage. Okay. I can't believe I never.
You have that like
one
evil
before.
bead equipped, right?
I do.
That's what makes the difference, I think.
Oh, okay. So I probably had actually attacked them before.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Okay, so the way the true ending involves doing this. So go in the portal.
All right, here we go. What?
Nice.
Oh, this
yeah,
is gonna be bad.
The kill animation. So
Yeah, some of the special kills are very goofy. Oh, don't knock me into there. I targeted that thing first because it would knock me into this pits if I gave it a chance.
with the instant death, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you just parry them?
Yes.
Nice.
Detestatio Sacrorum. What? Tears of Atonement, okay. Yeah, this is like a bonus thing that I just never even saw. Budding Sprout. Small gift from Deogratius, nailed into the effigy of the twisted under the guard of your sword. The thorns arisen from the miracle feed on sin and guilt, growing with the burden that its bearer carries. So this is another thing I have to like level up. There's a lot of those in this game. Now, do I do that by just killing more forgiveness areas? Or do I have to die?
You just need to murder all the guilt forgiving statues and challenge after them.
Alright,
And,
I can do that.
And then, yeah.
It's really tragic that, like, I found so many things in this game. Like, there was a whole quest line where I had to, like, find items and get them blessed, and then give them as, like, wedding gifts to this, like, giant furry egg that, like, spawned a, like, 3-headed woman who gave me another item that I had to, like, take to a place that was hot to, like, give birth to this egg. Like, I did that whole optional quest, but I failed to find the hold an item and die quest.
Yeah. It kind of seems like it's meant to be obscure, you know? Especially because, like, the item changes more than once. You know, it's like, oh, the item's ruined because
I got the item to change once, but then it was like, I don't care about the effect of this item, so I just never used it again. I think I want to go here. Yep. Let's check in on this lady. This is a unique interaction. This lady upgrades my rosary beads.
New rosary knots to thread. May your heart be free of sin.
She levels up my ability to store these, and it looks like I have 2 more level ups I could get. Which is interesting considering I've explored 96% of the map.
Like FromSoft games kind of solidified an aesthetic that is like more specific than, like, it's medieval goth, but it's like more specific than that, you know?
Right.
It's like when I see like a corpse that talks inside a like ornate looking cage that's hanging from something, it's just like, it's that. Whatever that is.
That's the aesthetic.
Yeah. Or like a pile of corpses that all have like helmets. I don't know. There's just something.
It's a good thing that I'm doing this at the end of the game, though, because not being able to rid myself of guilt would kind of stink.
It also probably makes these challenges a bit more doable, right? Because you're so equipped.
Yeah. Yeah, like these are pretty low-level enemies at the moment. Those guys I had a real hard time with in the beginning of the game. Because if you attack them from the one side... I don't even remember these guys.
Oh, bone wheels.
Basically. I forgot I have this option. Brutal.
Like a nun on top of a giant.
Yes. Wielding, like, the thing it's hitting you with is like a dead deer or something. It's very weird. Part of the single town. That's a different special.
Your
type of
seed
heart?
sprouted.
Can be inserted into vehicle that makes its edge vibrate, causing its attacks to destroy certain immaterial projectiles, but reducing the elemental resistance. Oh, okay, so I can, like, knock projectiles out of the air. Or magic. Okay. That's actually very useful. That's not where I want to go. Alright, where to next? We've sprouted our seed. Where is a forgiveness thing? Here. How do I get to this? There's multiple over here. Alright, I think I'm going to the Ferris tree. I really like that map of the overworld, but it doesn't line up exactly with the map of the actual world, which makes it confusing to travel. This was like the first big block, I'd say, in the game. Like, this door was closed, and I had to defeat 3 bosses to open it. And the guy from the end of the game was here, and like told me I had to do that. So presumably if that guy serves the miracle and the like bad ending of the game, you know, that's going to be something I have to do regardless of like what my character's intentions are or whatever. Now I need to go down and over. Oh shit. There is an item that you have to equip that allows you to jump to platforms that are not normally visible. And there's a platform there, but I don't have that item equipped. Alright, is that a... Oh, I unequipped it so I could equip the miasma thing earlier.
Did you see
Oops.
I made a chart of my next gen concerns?
Oh, I had not. Oh, rating the different, I thought you'd basically decided you were going with an Xbox.
I kind of did, but I mean, I can't really buy anything right now due to them not being nothing's in stock. So
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's,
I'm still kind of mulling it over.
I mean, might as well if you can't buy it right now anyway. Xbox beats out on looks and Game Pass. Western RPGs. Is there any way forward over here? Oh, I didn't need to come down here anyway. Oops.
Yeah, I figured I should make an oversimplified comparison of the things I actually care about. Not like things that someone else cares about, you know?
Makes sense.
Like, I look at the PS5 and I'm just like, I'm not putting that in my living room.
It's so weird. Like, why does it look like that? Alright, I'm gonna actually save in this area for... Well, let me think about this. If I die... I should have saved right there. Well, no, it's... It kind of looks like the next one I go to is going to be a trek no matter what I do. So I might as well save here. That way if I die in this one, I'm not doing the same trek again. I bet you that there's some things that you could do, like if you had an Xbox or PlayStation, there's probably some subset of games that you could play with all those PC gamers. When it comes to like RPGs, why do you think Xbox is going to be distinct from PlayStation?
Why do what?
Why do you think that Xbox is going to be distinct from PlayStation when it comes to RPGs? Or Western RPGs specifically?
Because Microsoft owns all the good Western RPG studios, pretty much.
I mean, that would do it.
I would say except BioWare, except I don't think BioWare counts right now.
Oh, hey, Nate.
How's it going?
It's going well. I'm doing some optional stuff for Blasphemous to reach, like, the true ending.
I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna mute this real quick.
I wonder how they determine the difficulty of these challenges. Because I could be entering them in a lot of different orders. Maybe it's just like the difficulty of the area that it's in.
Yeah. When they expect you to find it.
Right. It's populated with enemies that are... I think that they're relevant to the area that it's in. Like some of those enemies that have only shown up in this one are from this area of the world, I think. Thorny Briar. It's growing. Where to next? There's
How
two.
many are there? Are there like tons of them?
Not really. Not really. There's kind of like one for every other area. Like, you can see there's not one here. There is one here. So there's one... Nothing here.
Okay, so there's like...
There's like 3 or 4 more, maybe? Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3... 4. There's 4 more unless there's one in an area I haven't uncovered yet, which seems very unlikely. Let's go to the library next, or maybe... Is that the only way to get to that one? I go to Ferris Tree and then go over and up. I get to that one. Yeah, I think I want to go to the library and then go to that one. So to get to the next transport, go back and over. I can do that.
I think it's funny how the map has all these like epic names, like Wasteland of the Buried Churches, Mother of Mothers, and all that stuff. And then there's just suburbs.
This really felt very good to be uncovering new areas in this game, because a lot of them are very are relatively unique, and then they also have these great names. Library time. This one was a really interesting one because it took a long time to get that door open, and then you enter the Ferris tree, which ends up just being a very small area that you jump through. Like, I don't think you ever fight any enemies in here. It's just you come through and then you're here. Wait, how do I... Oh, okay. It's right here that I need to go through. To the library! Dun, 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 dun. It's another guy I never figured out what his deal was.
Love of the high will, make this sound cease.
He wants me to make the sound cease, but I don't know what he's talking about or how to do that. I need to go up and around. Come here, you. Hey, stop it. I'm hitting every single enemy. It's not good. How was I supposed to get through this area? Oh, right here, okay. All right, guilt time. I like that one of your categories is anime games.
I mean, at least there's two big publishers that like, or two publishers that like localize a lot of anime games, and they seem to generally not be on Xbox. Xbox for the hardcore.
Ooh, I heard. There we go. Embers of a Broken Star. I like that, that I'm getting other bonuses for this too, not just like leveling up the sprout. Increases the fervor generated with attacks. 8. Strength. Adds extra thrust. Increases defenses. Increases defenses. Okay. So now I want to go around and up and over. Or I could go down and over. Options.
When it comes to like PC gaming, it's people always say that like we use a PC for other things, but like a normal laptop now is so fast that nothing really requires high-end hardware other than like 3D rendering, gaming, and maybe like kind of video editing to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But people are like, I can use my amazing PC for everything. So yeah, for like using a web browser and like writing, you know, like people only buy a like multi-$100 GPU for one reason.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's the case with me. Hey, it's that guy. I wonder if he says anything different now that I'm doing this.
The knot of the 3 words. Here is where the first miracle took place. One devout and tormented youngster asked the High Will for punishment. He placed a wooden log where he sat and prayed. He prayed hoping to be heard. He prayed for pain, so he could ease the guilt that sharply pierced his soul. Then, the miracle manifested itself. It made roots grow and twist over his arms and legs, but not a cry nor a complaint came out from his mouth. Every inhabitant of this land bore witness to it, and all of them prayed before the besotted eternal joy of that youngster. This triune tree that sprouted years after his death was named the Knot of the 3 Words. For 3 are its twisted trunks, and 3 were the words spoken by that youngster before he died. My great guilt. Every year from its gorge,
So hardcore. Like, okay, dude.
perpetuating his memory and perhaps to remind us that the first miracle has not abandoned us.
See what I mean? They all worship this thing.
Twisted are, were, and will be the paths of the miracle.
The paths of the miracle.
It's kind of like an incredibly bleak, almost like cosmic horror-esque take on Catholicism.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no. I have to kill all these guys before I can go up there. Let me up the ladder. Don't you dare. Alright, let's see. So I go over, up, and over. Alright. It's sinning time. Oh, this looks interesting. What's next? Oh, great.
I think when this game came out, I saw like a couple screenshots of it. I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Another like indie Metroidvania, maybe roguelike type game, pixel art. Like it didn't really catch my attention. But when I'm seeing you playing it, I can't believe like the animations are so incredible.
Yeah. I remember seeing like some of the art for like bosses and being like, oh, that looks really neat. And I added it to my list. And then eventually I heard it recommended, and finally got around to picking it up. Nice.
I think it's kind of interesting that Castlevania is kind of fallen by the wayside. Like, so many people want to play a Castlevania game, and they're like making games that are very, very Castlevania. But it's like the actual franchise is kind of like.
Yeah, when was the last? I mean, other than like the like anime or whatever, when was the last actual? I mean, there was a Castlevania game that was like a 3D game in like 2008 or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have one left, it looks like. Oh no, two left. I have two left. What's the best way to get there? I just... this way now.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 in 2014.
2014, okay. It's more recent than I thought.
But incredibly mediocre by the looks of it. His Metacritic is like 58.
Ow.
And that was that was a long time ago.
That it was.
I know a game won't be made just because, surely because people want it, but someone, I forget, saw it on some site, but someone was suggesting the idea that a licensed Castlevania game developed by FromSoft would be like something everyone would be super excited about and buy.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
But I guess FromSoft at this point, they don't really need to license everything. Like, you know, their games are top tier.
Right.
It's not the original Demon Souls days anymore, where it was like a weird niche game that your friend told you about.
Yeah, and that was like mostly ignored by the wider public at the time.
Yeah.
Right now, I just
Now
need to
it's
go
like in explaining why a single player game is good involves comparing it to Dark Souls.
Whee! Oh, it took me right here. Okay. That's useful.
I don't know if those levers have a historical basis, but that's exactly how levers look in Dark Souls.
Yeah. And in Demon Souls. Sin time. This is an interesting arena. Oh boy. Gotta watch that edge. Oh boy. Do not throw me in there. No thank you. I've not seen that animation before. The final like stab and like rotate.
Yeah.
Scaly coin. Okay. Vine braided in blood. Alright, let's see here. Coin. Disturbing gold disc covered by the dry molt of a reptile. The bas relief of a claw was considered a symbol of greed. Increases the number of Tears of Atonement harvested with each attack. Oh, neat. Except for I no longer have any use for Tears of Atonement at all. What's interesting is, like, if I go... Let me see, where's my... Oh, no, I do have a use for it. I can buy these abilities. So my Mea Culpa is at 6, and you can get it to 7. But, like, I only recently acquired the ability to get these level 6 things. And I beat the game already without ever achieving level 7. So I have no idea how you're supposed to get to that. I think I have to buy these things at the sword. Is there a sword near the last one? It's not. If I go back down, there's the sword. Might as well buy the upgraded abilities to use on the final boss.
Yeah.
That's one thing of this game, is I don't know if it's just the way I explored, but I definitely spent a lot of the game without getting like abilities that let you traverse new areas, and then I got a bunch of them all kind of at once. Okay. I want to go to the tree, I think. Then up. After I beat all of these, do I then go back to the Room of Awakening?
Supposed to just fight the final boss.
So what's the point of the Room of Awakening?
I don't know what the Room of Awakening is.
A Hall of the Dawning, I guess. What's interesting about this hall is that there's a one-way door, which implies that there's an area like right here. I never figured out how to open it, and there's nothing to do in this hall. It's like, it's a unique named area with one room.
You know, a genre I haven't seen much of is games that are like a 2D thing like this, but have like a Resident Evil, like trying to open doors and stuff, you know, like a horror setting, like Clock Tower basically. Like the original Clock Tower kind of looked like this, but you were like just inside like one mansion, and you were like running from a monster.
Also, I found out recently that the girl in Clock Tower is inspired by the girl from Phenomena? I think Phenomena. Which is a very weird Dario Argento movie I watched recently. Starring a young Jennifer Connelly from Labyrinth. And it was extremely weird. Am I supposed to... Okay, do that, and I can do this. Okay. I don't think I wanted to go up here. I think I want to go over. Over, up, over. Okay.
I can appreciate how like on brand every last detail of this game is.
Yeah, it's very much committed to its aesthetic. Wait. Oh, I'm missing something. Might as well go save at this checkpoint. Oh, here we go. That's too high.
But if you go down, then there'll be a...
Here's what that door is, okay.
It's interesting seeing the other approach to 2D games, too. Like, I think Ori is the most prominent example. Where it's just like, let's just make everything as like pretty and like high definition as possible in a 2D platformer game.
Ori is another one I own that I have yet to play, that I'm very much looking forward to. Sim time. Any sinners in the chat?
I wonder if like the idea is like you don't want forgiveness from your guilt. You want to like, I don't know, you want to be more penitent somehow by like going through this punishment thing instead of just being forgiven.
I was just kind of dying. But either way, I need to put on descend into bottomless pits, climb the ledges. Miasma. There we go.
Pixel art animations reminds me. Do you remember when I was playing the game Duelist?
I do.
And that was like the only like trading card type game that I like legitimately got into, and I was like playing against people online and whatnot. And then they got, I forget what company it is, but they got like bought out by a different company, by a bigger company, and then they started like. That caused the game to be more like annoyingly loot boxy than it was. Where it was like, oh, here's a chest, but like you want a chest, but you need to buy the key to open the chest, like that kind of crap. And like the game wasn't like that before. And that was probably at least a reason that I quit playing the game. And then I came to the realization recently that the game Godfall, PS5 game, is made by that same company, Counterplay, which kind of explains the aesthetics. It kind of has that same, even though it's pixel art versus like, you know, crazy HDR art, it still has like a similar aesthetic in a way. And that game got like relatively poor reviews as being kind of like another
loot box,
another like empty like looter shooter type game, except it's melee. And that just makes me sad.
That is sad.
It was like a company that made like a strategy game, like a competitive strategy game that I enjoyed, went from that to making that game too loot boxy, to making just a like straight up looter game that like no one actually thinks is good.
That is very tragic.
Like the name of the company is called Counterplay, which I always thought was like appropriate when it was like you need to counter what the enemy did on their turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole thing with Duelist.
I played Duelist a little bit. It was in that beta when you got into it. I picked it up. I remember that I didn't like how the pixel art wasn't consistent. Like some parts of it were animated that way.
Yeah.
Some parts weren't. And like I remember the art was not bad on the non-pixel art thing. It was just weird seeing them put right next to each other, you know?
Yeah, and that game is dead, I'm pretty sure.
Not a huge surprise. Sadly.
Like, it was a Kickstarter strategy game that was really fun. And now it's a...
Didn't it have like a card element to it too? Like you could...
yeah, it was essentially a hybrid between...
Because you had like a grid that you were fighting on, but then you also had cards in your hand that you're playing.
Exactly. Like the card in your hand is a thing that you can then employ on the grid. So it was a hybrid between trading card game like Magic the Gathering. There was like resources and cards and like the randomness, so you have to deal with like the units that you drew. But the gameplay was like grid tactics, deciding what to do on your turn. So it was like, and those are both kind of things that I enjoy, and I feel like they combine them in a cool way. And it made it more... Okay, so like in a trading card game, there's a significant amount of strategy, but a huge amount of luck because of because it relies on like drawing the right card, right?
Right.
And Duelist also had that luck in it because you drew the random things that were your units and whatnot. But because there was a grid, there's kind of more you could do. Like the idea of like, how am I going to play the hand that I have been dealt? It's more of a thing than it is in trading card games. Whereas if you're playing like a normal strategy game where it's like, well, how do I get this unit? Well, by like building it, by doing this thing in this sequence. Like it's always the same. And that's sort of a problem I have with games like, it's not a grid game, but like games like StarCraft. Like, the beginning of the game is always the same. And so it's just kind of a matter of like how efficiently you can do it, right?
Right.
And so like good players are just like so much more efficient at like clicking everything. But the like randomness of like, you have these units to start with, so where are you going to put them? It was cool. Because I felt like every match was different, but there was still strategy. But the game only took like 5 minutes. Like that, and that's just a thing that I haven't. That combination of things is kind of unique.
It's not something you've found since then?
Yeah.
Alright. Final boss again time.
So you destroyed all of them?
I should check the map to make sure. But yes, I'm pretty sure. It would really stink to refight the final boss and get the same ending because I missed one.
What is your item now? That was a seed originally?
It is now the Custodia of Sin, which seems like the final state. description is the same, but it's now completely blood red and is no longer referred to as a thorn.
Right.
This lady shows up at significant bosses and will heal you during the fight. But when I first saw her, she was like a young lady, and now she's very old and withered. So I stopped using her to help me fight bosses because I'm pretty sure I'm killing her.
Okay, there are 7 of them. Did you fight 7 of them? Or 6 of them?
I was not keeping a really good count. But I can look through the whole world. I think I did 7. Just defeated 3. I don't see any more, unless it happens to be in, like, this area that I couldn't access. Well, look at the item. What does it say that the item gets to? On the wiki or whatever.
Yeah, find that. Yes, you have the final version.
Okay,
Having
good.
Custody of Sin is what you need. Is basically the item you need to get the other end.
In my dreams, I heard your footsteps, guardian. No, I am not. No. Now may your eye bless.
You got more upgrades too, didn't you?
I got more upgrades. I switched out some beads. I want to make sure I have this prayer equipped for the sake of the second phase of this fight.
You have shattered the mirror. Now you see me awoken.
Now the real fight begins.
Everyone is so poetic in this game.
Oh yeah, every single person. Oops. Come on, let me up there. Oh, I wasted one of my abilities. Oh no, I don't have enough to get there. Oh, I got some damage in. Oh boy.
That effect definitely has the like nostalgic Sega Genesis feeling.
Ow.
Specifically, like when a Dr. Robotnik machine makes a big flash.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay, one more cycle, I think. Oh, I can deflect those
Nice.
flying things. I did not know
I
that.
like how it's like slow moving.
I'm gonna actually have to try that the next time they come down. I can't hit him. Let me up there. I need to heal. There we go. Is his body in like a necklace on the front of the giant creature? It's interesting.
Alright, I think you should be good if you just go to the ending with that item equipped.
Yeah, I never unequipped the weight of the true guilt. And then the other item is a quest item.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be good.
Here we go. Should look at the lore on this. As well as I can be a true witness of the works, I need to appreciate my own eyes.
You have freed his holiness from his afflicted torment. And now he walks by the old processions on the other side of the dream. The cradle of the grievous miracle. The final.
This guy just like adjusted his loincloth for the conversation.
Just there you go, it does again.
As he silently lamented the moment of his blessed twisting. That first relic is here. At the top of the Ashen Mountain, next to the turned throne where His Holiness was kissed by a miraculous pain. And now, your final communion with the miracle awaits. Only you will be able to know how much of it has seeped into your guilty heart.
Neat. No, I'm not like descending into the ash like I was the first time. It's chair time!
Of course, this game's idea of a good ending would be something like this.
It's a continuation of the Great Miracle, or the Grievous Miracle.
Thus came the moment of final communion with the sword born of guilt. A last sacrifice in order to finish penance and break off with the ungodly will of the grievous miracle.
Okay, so it is a good ending.
But the plans of the miracle are capricious.
Oh, wait, maybe not.
This never ends, but changes, hurts, and condemns at will. There is no place for the penitent one on the other side of the dream. His place is here among us. He is the new father and the last son of the miracle.
Miracle.
Oh, so
Recipient
you're
of our
the
prayer
Pope now.
Oh, great.
forever and ever.
I hope it was worth it.
Maybe? It's certainly a more satisfying ending than the implication of the other ending is like...
Yeah.
And thus
Oh.
shall your name be erased under the heavens.
This is the girl I fought earlier. That's weird. What are these aspects available in the main menu? Like, I don't see this. Stir of Dawn. That must be the DLC that I don't know how to get to.
There's something called like skin selector. What did that do?
Oops.
Back in the like extras, I think.
Background selector is this. Oh, I see what you're saying. Skin selector. Oh, this. Okay, this is the thing available.
So in the game they call it an aspect, and then in
But
the
in
menu
this,
they
they
tell
call
you
it
what it is,
skin.
which is a skin.
Yeah, it's just a skin. That's a pretty cool looking skin. I think that it changes the sword too. Like this one is like a very glowing blue. Neat. Not amazingly. I mean, a skin selector after beating the game is not amazing. That was really fun though. I'm glad that I did the complete ending. I appreciate your help getting me there. What a fun game.